This is Dr. Bill Parker, and you're listening to the RHS Magnet Spotlight podcast. All right, we ready?
Yes, go.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to the RHS Magnet Spotlight. This is Dr. Bill Parker, and I'm here, as always, with Eric Archella.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back.
All right. We've made it 3 episodes in. We joke. We haven't been canceled yet.
We have not. And if you're listening to episode 3, we've got our hooks into you now.
That's it. If we're going to get canceled, it'll be from this one. We've got a loose cannon with us here. We've got one of our illustrious teachers with us here, someone who has been at this school through several leadership changes as one of the senior staff here on our, matter of fact, she just stuck her hand up, that she's had 5 principals here.
Wow.
5.
Can you name them all?
Yes,
you
I
say
can.
them?
Yes, I can. Yes, we will go Bishop, Reed, Duvall, Pickett, and Brunner.
And now
Mr. Cho.
And now Mr. Cho.
Yes.
That's 6.
That is 6. That is 6.
6.
I've actually been really looking forward all week since we talked last week and said, can we record this week? Because I just thought, you've seen it. You've been here. You've seen it. And you've probably forgotten more stories about this place than most of us know.
Well, I have to say, one year we had an art room in B Hall with no sinks. They were doing the renovations, and I can't remember what part of the renovations they were doing. And basically, we had to use the custodial hall room right there in E Hall.
Oh, like,
wow.
like
To get
where
water.
they do the mop buckets.
Yes, that's where we had to
Yeah.
get water.
Wow.
Our room was actually right here in this office.
That's crazy. That's wild. That was a while back.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Well, in the way
Great
of
times.
introductions, I just want to introduce everybody to Sonia Krusleski. She is our department chair and magnet chair for the Visual Arts Magnet here at Richardson High School, which is painting, sculpture, 2D, 3D, visual arts, and then we also have the photography magnet.
Right.
And as a very, very large team underneath you, how many teachers are...
Yes, we have a total of 8 teachers. We started out with 2. At the time I came, it was called District High School, and that was in '94. And there was only one other teacher here, and I started with Art 1, Pre-AP, Art 1. Really was a small, it really didn't grow that much. And then the following year we added, and we kept on adding.
So you were here when the magnet program started then?
Actually, no. My understanding it started in '87.
I believe it was 1987.
And we do have a teacher now that was going to school here at that time.
Who was that?
Mr. Moulton.
Oh, that's right. Our newest member, as a matter of fact.
Right.
We have a new member of our staff. He joined us literally this week,
Right.
Todd Moulton.
Right.
For those of you that may remember, I believe his father was an assistant superintendent in the district.
I believe so.
A couple decades ago, probably.
Right. And so he's our newest addition, and we've welcomed him. We really have a strong team of teachers that are dedicated to teaching the kids. And I think that's one of the reasons our department has grown and is strong in itself, because everyone loves what they're doing and what they're teaching.
And having an 8-teacher art department, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, it is.
It is. So go down the list. Let's talk about our department. Let's talk about the people in the department. Just briefly give their name, what they teach, and then something that they bring to the department that just helps make it such a strong department.
Okay. First off, Kate McKnight teaches the 9th grade magnet. She would be the one that would be interviewing the incoming 8th graders from the district as well as outside the district, looking at their portfolios, seeing their strengths, seeing who is recommending them, getting to know them. She's going to have a child in March, and one of the key things about Kate is her design. She's an amazing design artist, computer savvy, color theory, excellent mixed media artist. Hillary Payne is our drawing teacher, Art 1 drawing teacher. She also is teaching AP Art History right now. She brings computer. She's amazing at the computer and getting us focused and getting our program together and that like. And also drawing. She loves drawing. So Natalie Johnson is our sculpture teacher and ceramic teacher. She is amazing at sculpture, whatever medium she can possibly reuse and create artwork out of. She does it with the kids. She's passionate about it. And so you can see a lot of the sculptures around, from paper to metal to mixed media, whatever that girl can get her hands on and the kids can plaster.
Funny story about her. I stopped into her classroom probably a week before Thanksgiving. I don't remember why. I think I stopped in to check in on her, make sure something that she got a message. And I walked in and I looked, and all the students were working on sculptures, clay sculptures at the time. Mm-hmm. And I walked through, and I was amazed just at the quality of work that was going into those sculptures.
Right. I think one of the key things is that if you're passionate about what you're teaching, it's going to show in the students' work, and the students know that you love it. And that's one of the key things about all of our teachers, is if they don't know it, they'll find out.
And one more fun fact about her, a lot of people don't realize, I wondered for a long time why sometimes she walks around with a welder's cap on. And then I walked into her room one day, and she was trying to fix this wire feed welder, and so she does work with metals as well, and I helped her unjam the wire. But it's incredible, just like when you talk about we do it from A to Z. I mean, she really from the different media that she uses, it's incredible what they turn out in her classroom.
Yeah, they're amazing. Tori Whitehead is our swim coach as well as our ceramics teacher. That's basically what she does. She loves ceramics. You can see her always working on her own work, which you have to in order for the students to understand the different techniques and how to basically build. Then we have Corey Bomar. He's been here 3 years. He's our digital, he teaches the beginning photography classes. And amazing, he's a photographer in his own right, and also amazing digital communications teacher. Loves his job, loves the kids. You can always see the kids in there working on, on the computers. And then we have Emily Cromwell. She teaches the magnet photography. She will be the one who will be interviewing the incoming 8th graders who want to go into photography.
Yes.
They can do, basically, she teaches from 9th through 12th grade. And they end up doing the AP 2D design portfolio for junior or senior year.
So that's a lot of different areas of art that they can delve into here at RHS, and it's really exciting to know that they have so many options.
Yeah.
So what specifically then does a magnet student do at RHS?
The magnet student, pretty much in the 9th grade, they're doing basically learning about technical skills, composition, improving their compositions, and writing. Doing a lot of writing about their work and their voice as an artist. When they go into the sophomore level, again, we are basically tweaking their technical skills and composition. And also, too, the students are becoming much more confident in their voice as artists, and we prepare them for the AP portfolios. The students here have been very successful with the AP College Board portfolios, 100% passing rate. They enter a lot of contests. We've had scholastic winners. We've had students go on to state, to the national levels. But what the main thing about the magnet students is the normal magnet student will have 2 periods of art each day, and it's more or less an independent study where the student builds a portfolio of 15 to 20 pieces of artwork, where the student has chosen a content or an idea that they want to illustrate in these works. It can be two-dimensional, three-dimensional, photography. It can be any medium that they choose. The teacher is there to guide them. It's not the teacher's idea. It's the student's idea. The teacher is there to give them resources, help them to find their research, get the materials that the student needs to complete the artwork and be able to submit it. Teacher is there to motivate them, to make them realize that they are capable of doing this work. A lot of the students that we encounter, and I'm sure our department's not the only one, is that building the students to motivate them to understand that they are capable of doing it. A lot of students don't feel like they are, and I'm sure it has to do with their age level. But to make them be aware that there's nothing they can't do. We're here to support them and to feel supported. And one of the things I realized too, especially after the pandemic, is that we used to elaborate and talk about each other's artwork openly, but some of the students that I've realized is a lot of these SIs are very personal. So it's just now, it always was before, but even more now, it's just me and them, communication between me and them, unless they want to ask their peers for guidance. But I've come to realize that has been an opening for these kids, to become confident in their abilities and in themselves and to succeed. We just found out this week, one of our seniors just received a $25,000 scholarship per year.
Wow.
From Kansas City Art Institute.
That is
Very nice.
And that's just the first one. So they're starting to come in. So that's basically the reason for this magnet, is you are an artist and we're going to make you succeed.
So one of the things that I like whenever I'm bringing visitors to see the campus, or say we're doing an interview with a teacher and we're walking through the building, is I always take them up C Hall. And it's very obvious that we're going into the art wing at that point, because we start to see sometimes things hanging from the ceiling and
color.
The walls. We see color and we see art, and there's even a section there on C Hall where the ceiling tiles have been pulled and have been, some of them painted. Some of them actually somehow have some sort of 3D scapes on them. Tell me about how we showcase our student work, both in-house and outside of school.
Okay. One of the things the ceiling tiles, we were pretty much known for that, and a lot of the other campuses are doing it as well. And the ceiling tile is their last hurrah. So if you notice that they're all different, and this is the student's last hurrah, and they know that. So that, for example, they come back in 5 years or 10 years. They always come back and look for their tiles.
Sure.
And in fact, we just had a student who is at Chicago that was here this week and was looking for a tile and doing quite well in Chicago, actually, at Art Institute of Chicago. But we showcase the students. That's one of the things about the magnet. The student realizes once they become a magnet student, they are pretty much mandatory required to enter contests, because that's what we're known for.
Sure. What are some of the contests that we enter?
We do the PTA Reflections. We do the Visual Arts Scholastic event. Right now I'm getting work for the Blueprint Gallery, which is by the Crescent Hotel downtown. We display for the Eisman Show. The senior students get to sell their work at the Cottonwood Art Festival in the spring. The Richardson Library Show, Young People's Scholastic event. TVAA, which is sponsored by the University of Texas in Dallas. And we had people do the Dart Bus.
The Dart Bus, that's right.
We did the calendar. We've done the
The FC Dallas?
FC Dallas calendar
Yep.
in previous years.
I can tell you, I've gotten off a plane and I've gone on my way to baggage claim at Love Field, and I've
Yes.
seen our students' artwork
Right.
in cases at Love Field.
Right. That's
Yeah, it's always a
what-
surprise. Like you're
There
just
it
in the
is.
community and you like at the Eisman Center and you just look up on the wall and you see all the work by RHS students and
Right.
it's exciting.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit in our first episode, Eric. I mean, Richardson, Texas. Like, when you think of a community that supports the arts, whether it's music, whether it's theater, whether it's visual arts, Richardson, Texas is like the epicenter, for this area. I can't think of another town, really. I mean, maybe you get up towards Denton, there's a lot of art in Denton, and not to put down any of our surrounding communities by
Right.
any means, but as a community, as a city of Richardson, RISD it's so incredibly supportive of the arts of all genres.
Well, honestly, I think that's one of the reasons I've been here so long is because this district has always supported the visual arts. We were part of the O'Donnell Foundation for almost 15 years, and one of the most rewarding things about being in that foundation was the support of the arts. They helped pay for AP exams for the students. They rewarded the students if they had a passing score. They rewarded teachers. And so that really, really inspired us to build on it, because they were one of the key elements in helping us a lot. And not only our school, they also helped a couple other campuses in our district, but we were one of the main ones for a long time.
I love knowing now that the ceiling tiles are the seniors that are leaving their mark. We do something similar in the theater department. We've got a back hallway where we've staircase up in our catacombs that they each get to paint a brick when they leave. But I love that our alumni have some history and some connection to our school that's lasting. Can you talk a little bit about some of the alumni we have that have been successful or that we've seen around?
Oh my gosh, we have so many. Kathy Tran is one of the ones that comes to mind. She's an entrepreneur, she's a photographer, graduated from our program 2011, I believe. I think so. We have teachers here. Our animation teacher graduated from here. Emily Cromwell, our photography magnet teacher,
I did not
graduated
realize
from
Emily
here.
came to RHS.
Yes, she did.
Oh, wow.
She graduated from here. We have quite a few teachers in the district that graduated from here. We have a pair of...
Sounds familiar.
We have a brother-sister, Emily Anderson. She's a professor at, I believe, USC or in California. Her brother was doing restorations and working in the library, if I'm not mistaken, for Smithsonian. Lawrence Young was a designer for cars. Let's see, we have professors that teach at colleges.
Mm-hmm.
We have quite a few architects that graduated from here.
My buddy Jordan Fraker.
Oh, yes,
has
Jordan.
he's become the headshot guy in Dallas for actors.
Wow.
and play production photos.
That was a
They
crazy
love his
class.
work.
Yeah.
Not just as a photographer, but also his editing abilities to go back and tool the photos. It's really awesome.
That was a great class. His class was I had some great classes. I can't say I just love them. I love the kids. They're fantastic.
Well, it shows. It shows in the respect you give them. It shows in the amount of growth that we see from 9th grade through 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 100% very evident how much you love those students.
I do. I have. One of the key things about, I think, if you have a strong department and the kids know that all the teachers within that department care about them, that's the cool thing about being a visual artist. We all are strange in our own little way, but we're all here to help the student succeed. And that's the beauty of it. And, I don't live in the district. I live pretty far. I am a workaholic, I have to say. If I lived over here, I'd probably be up here all the time. So it's a good thing I don't. But, it's a beautiful school. It always has been. And our administration has always supported us. And that's one of the things, key elements, is you have key people. If you think of it as a business can't run unless the leaders And, I'm not the best at computers. I look to my fellow peers to help me with that, and they come to me for advice. I mean, I'm the old school.
That's what I was going to say is as far as leadership and support, Sonia is definitely one of the big leaders on our campus, and people
Thank
do
you.
go to her with anything. And like one of the things that we started doing a few years back was I went to Sonia about her kids making some art for our productions. And she didn't bat an eye. She was like, "Yeah, we'll do it."
Yeah.
And she embraced the idea and loves cross curricular work and loves showcasing her students in any way she can. And
Thank
just
you.
a terrific leader.
I just want to say this too. That's what a couple of the students, not just one, a lot of the students said that about our school, is that everybody here is giving. You can just feel it when you walk the campus, is that you need something, I'll help you out. We just help each other out, and I think that's what makes us a strong campus.
Well, it does. I think everybody talks about the Eagle family. We don't talk about us as an entity. We really we
Right.
talk about ourselves as a family, and I think it just everything you've said about the art department right now feeds into that. It should be evident to anyone who's listening. How we feel.
And I think one of the things too, it's funny because you always hear about teachers. Well, is anybody leaving? Because I'd really like to come to your campus.
Hey,
You
all
know?
right. On that note, let's have some fun.
Okay.
Let's have some fun. You ever watch Inside the Actor Studio?
No, but I've
Okay.
heard about it.
Okay, so
Oh God.
James
What are you
Lipton
gonna
has this
do?
thing where he asks questions of them. So
Okay.
we call this segment five questions with Dr. Pete.
Okay.
And so what I'm going to do is I've got 3 questions that I'm going to ask both Eric and Sonia.
Okay.
And then we've got 5 questions just for you.
Oh God.
All right?
Buckle up.
All right. First question. I'm going to start this first question with Mr. Arcello.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Who is your favorite band or musical artist?
Oh, easy. Radiohead.
Radiohead.
I'm a huge Radiohead fan. Just like their entire catalog. I think they're the most incredible band ever. And then I would say locally, Old 97s. I'm a huge fan.
So would that be you're a Radiohead head?
Yes.
Radiohead squared?
Radiohead squared. Yes, I like
I
that.
like
Awesome.
Radiohead,
Perfect.
too.
Miss Krusleski, who's your favorite musical artist?
The Thelonious Monk.
Nice. Okay. Very good.
Weather Report.
Very good.
Beck.
Yes. Nice.
Is there a specific music you like to draw or paint to? Like what
Jazz.
inspires you to listen to jazz?
Jazz.
Okay.
Jazz. Okay. Very good. I'm going to start with you on the second question.
Uh-oh.
You've been given an elephant.
Okay.
You can't give it away. You're not allowed to sell it. So what do you do with the thing?
You sit them next to you in the living room while you do Wonder Word and ask them for advice.
All right. Eric?
I don't know. I'd come up with a punny T-shirt about the elephant in the room, and then I would just wear it all the time so that people would know don't pay attention to the elephant in the room.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
That's you kind of yours goes with hers. It's perfect. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. That sounded like a much better question before we put it out there.
But I'd be very happy because elephants are adorable, but
they never forget.
they
That's
don't.
what I hear.
Except to take showers because they're always smelly in the pachyderm area.
They are. Eric, what did your parents do for a living growing up?
My mom actually was before she had kids and got married, she was in the fashion industry and did a lot of fashion design, and she gave that up to be a mom. And my dad's kind of jumped all over, but he's mainly consulted. And my dad was an Olympian in the '88 Olympics, did biathlon.
Really?
Yeah, he was the oldest person in that event, but he was for Puerto Rico.
Wow.
He just wanted to compete, and so they created a biathlon team for him, and he competed for Puerto Rico.
Wow.
And then, he's just done a lot of stuff all over the place. Used to be in construction and then consulted in other things.
Sweet. Tell me about your parents, Sonia.
My dad was self-employed wholesale fruit and vegetable broker. He drove 18-wheelers for a living. He owned 9 of them. And basically, he didn't graduate from high school. He pretty much went to the 8th grade and then went out and did work. And taught me how to drive, and so I'm an aggressive driver. I don't mind it. But, he was a truck driver. What can I say? Mom was a stay-at-home mom. She had 6 of us. So,
Wow.
Good old Catholic family.
There you go.
But I had a great childhood. Can't complain. Had a great childhood. We ate mainly fruit and vegetables because that's what Dad brought home.
Sure.
Mom had to learn how to cook everything. But
All right, you ready? You ready for your questions?
Uh-oh.
Your solo questions?
yes, sir. Go
All
ahead.
right. We're gonna since you're an artist, we're gonna give you an artist question to begin with. I want you to describe the color red without using any color descriptor.
Okay. Close your eyes. You are outside, and it's like 120 degrees. And you have socks on. For some reason, you wore socks. And you're sitting outside, and all of a sudden you feel this wave of heat going to your head. And it's just burning. And you can't figure out where it's coming from. It's the socks.
Excellent. I didn't know where that was going, but that was good. That was good. Thank you. That
You're
was good.
welcome. Oh,
All right. Ooh, I like this one. What part of the human face is your favorite,
the eyes.
and why?
Because the eyes are to the opening of the soul of the person that has them.
What part of the human face is the most difficult to draw?
The nose.
The note. I agree.
Because the nose is implied. There's only 2 holes
True.
where your nostrils are. And trying to tell those kids it's implied. It's shadows that makes it stand out from the face.
It's true. No, it's hard. It is shadows. It's shadows in negative space.
It's all
the way that
shadows.
you try to emulate a 3D structure on a 2D.
Right. And I think one of the main problems that people have is that teaching these kids is that using a grid all the time, teaching these kids to use a grid. And when they come here, trying to break them away from it. Now, not all kids will be able to break away from it, but when you can teach a student to draw from observation, that opens a whole new spectrum for them. Because I tell them all the time, when you're sitting there at Starbucks, get off your phone, just sketch.
Yeah.
And you're going to be sketching, and somebody's going to look up and look at you, and you're going to look down, and you're going to go, oh my gosh, she's right. You're sketching so hard, somebody's going to feel it. I do it all the time. I do it when I'm in the airport, in the airplane, wherever I am. So just draw. You just got to keep drawing and have that confidence that, pay attention. Your eyes are telling you what to draw. Listen to what your brain's telling you. Don't use an eraser. Just draw.
All right. Next question. No pressure.
Right.
Who is your favorite podcaster these days?
Podcaster. I'm telling you, I listen to Kevin Hart.
All right.
He's so honest.
He is.
With his comedians. And when you're listening to him, I just started listening to Kevin Hart. And I also listen to KERA. I enjoy when I'm riding the bike. Because I ride the bike and I listen to podcasts.
Do you ride a traditional bicycle or a Peloton?
Are you serious? Teacher's salary, a Peloton? Give me a break.
I didn't know.
I went to Amazon, $200 bike,
Perfect.
especially during the pandemic, and now I got my husband on it. Besides, that's his exercise.
Perfect.
So it's good. Yeah,
Perfect.
It is.
That's good. Get
Mrs.
fresh air
Lance.
and
Yeah,
dodge cars.
It's true. Yeah, exercise.
Who do you look up to the most as being a person that a lot of people around campus look up to? Who's somebody you know that you look up to and admire, and then who's somebody that just in the world that you look up to and admire?
Somebody in the school.
Just in your life.
Who do I look up to in the school? Chris Choate.
Absolutely.
I think we all do.
I think he has to have that optimism to deal with everything. You know, we're only seeing a small spectrum
He's
in
an
our
iceberg.
hallway.
That's it. That's it.
He has to be.
Sure.
You know, Dr. Parker, you also.
Well, thank you.
I mean, you guys, Michelle King, you know, her sarcastic attitude, you know, what she can say, and like, God, Doug, I wish I would have said that. You know, you know, I mean, I look up to the administration. We have a strong administration that supports us. You know, a lot of people can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of schools can't say that. The admin
Employees.
really shoulders a lot
I mean,
to take it off the teachers' shoulders.
What's happening in the world? You get fired on an email or a text. Give me a break.
Yeah.
What happened to
Humanity.
humanity,
Decency.
decency, morality?
Sure.
You know, everything's just. But it's a pendulum. It goes
is.
back and forth. I've seen it through the administration. You know, 5 years you see a lot.
All right. So this is the part where we're going to kind of wrap things up here a little bit. This is your elevator speech. We need the listeners to know why they need to choose the visual arts or photography magnet. What makes us special? What makes us different? How can we help this student grow from point A to point Z over the course of 4 years? And then what are the requirements to get into the visual arts or photography magnet?
The students need to submit a portfolio, either photography or visual arts. Ms. McKnight has a specific requirements, and they can find that online. And I believe so. They'll find the information online. And basically bring us examples of the requirements. If you don't have everything, that's fine. You know, if you are three-dimensional and you like that kind of artwork, then bring more of that. You know, but we do expect that. We'd like a recommendation from a teacher or, you know, someone you know. And you need to have an 80 average at least, you know, 85 average. There are situations that we understand and circumstances that, you know, might be in the way, but just talk to us, you know, come for an interview one-on-one and talk to us. The difference between our campus and the other campuses is we look to the student as a challenge. And we want them to realize that whatever they are capable of doing, we are going to get it out of them. And we won't stop until they can succeed both visually, three-dimensionally, or through photography, or digitally, animation. Whatever we can provide for them, we will. And that they are able to ask us questions, you know, and succeed. And that's basically it.
I've been very impressed recently at seeing the digital work that your
Yes.
students are cranking out.
Yeah.
That they're really staying up with the current trends and the new ways to create, and yeah, it's just always really incredible to see their work.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because that's one of the things that I've really noticed is that a lot of the kids know more about digital artwork using the iPads and everything. And can I use this? Of course you can use that. You know, if you want to do all your artwork that way, by God, do it. You know, be confident in what you're doing. Our job is to teach them new technical skills.
Right.
Succeed with it, be confident with it. Compositionally, craftsmanship. You know, when you're presenting your work to a college, you never say, well, I wish I would have done this. You never do that. You look them in the eye, have confidence, shake their hand. This is my work.
Right. This is why I did it.
This is why I did
Right.
it. Right. You know, positive. Always be positive.
Well, I think you and everybody in the department does a really good of checking all of those boxes as far as, you know, teaching students what they're capable of and teaching them techniques and demanding, not even demanding, but commanding them to own their abilities and to drive their self-improvement. and then of course to have that confidence and to move on. I think you and the whole crew just really do a great job of helping check all those boxes.
Well, I think one of the things too is that I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure our whole department is this way, is that we don't expect anything less of them. Just like the students shouldn't expect anything less of their teacher.
That's right.
And our job as magnet teachers is to help them, grow, be independent little thinkers, higher level thinkers, basically.
If any of y'all have ever been to a KISS concert, when KISS takes the stage, they say, "You wanted the best, you got the best. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest rock band in the world, KISS!" And as you're talking, that comes to my mind. So parents at home, if you want the best, we've got the best. Mm-hmm. The Richardson High School Visual Arts Magnet is the absolute best art department that I've ever experienced and can think of. So if you want the best, send your kid over here to this magnet. I truly believe that.
I totally agree that too. I don't know if you want to put this at the end of it or not, but out of the 4 high schools, we're the best. So that's all I'm going to say.
And with that, we're just going to remind everybody that some of our magnet activities that are coming up right now, our junior highs are going to be having a Magnet Connect Day on January 13th, where we're going to currently any student in the 8th grade at any of our feeder schools can get a field trip permission slip from their counselors. They will qualify them based upon grades and behavior, and then they can sign up to come over on the 13th to tour our magnets and see what we have to offer.
And then they'll join us at what we call Eagle Celebration, January 17th, where we celebrate all the magnets. The parents can come join them and kind of tour the school and take a look at our magnet programs.
And also Eagle Celebration, we start in the auditorium, and that's kind of fun where they get a taste of what being an Eagle is all about. We have the band playing. We have the cheerleaders in there. We a lot of times have the Desperados do a little dance and share with them a little bit of the culture that is not necessarily magnet culture, but it's RHS culture, and it really, I think, sets the tone for the evening's events. So please make plans to join us on January 17th.
And that online application opens that day, the 17th, so you can apply for the magnets.
That's right, and that application will be open until midnight on the 31st. The information, the URLs, they'll be available on our magnet website, our school website. They'll be available on the district website. And we are also going to be sending out some Blackboard Connect notices to make sure everyone has that link. The application is online, as well as they will set their interview times as part of that application process in its entirety. Well, Sonia, I want to thank you. This has been fantastic today. I've looked forward to this all week. You're always fun to talk to, and I think you just lend so much to us here.
I have to say, I think that's what keeps me going is I love my job. I love coming to work every day.
Awesome. Eric, do you have anything else you want to throw in here today?
We love you.
We do.
I love you guys,
Sonia.
man.
You're fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, it's been wonderful having you here, Eric.
You're
As
welcome.
always, it's a pleasure to co-host with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me, and everybody, thank you for listening.
All right. For everybody at home, we're going to try to squeeze in one more episode after this before Christmas break. We're going to try to get our law magnet teacher, Mr. Buffkin, in here, the wild man of B Hall, to have a quick chat with us next week, maybe.
Sustained.
Sustained.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, folks, thank you. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thank you all for being here. Sonia, we love you.
Thank you. I love you guys, too.
And as always, we'll see you down the road. Thank you for listening to the RHS Magnet Spotlight. For more information on our programs, please find us on the internet at www.rhsmagnet.org. You can also find us on Twitter at @RHS_magnets.